sorry to all the black men out there, but some black men find it okay to praise one race in favor of disrespecting black women. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jovial and here we're all about fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. If you would like to see more, please subscribe down below and follow all my social medias. So today we're actually going to be talking about everything I hate about this generation. So as everyone probably knows, as you're watching this, you know, we've all been living through these very crazy past few weeks, and there's been a lot going on. And I just want to say, especially for the people of color and specifically black people, it's been trying times where people think it's okay to act a certain way and treat us a certain way, and the whole issue with police brutality and everything, you know, it's been really crazy, really hectic. And I just want to say rest in peace or rest in power to those of the people who acted as catalysts, unfortunately, to this like great revelation that people have just now had about this whole issue. But yeah, that's just everything I want to say on that. So just to get started with the video, I have my phone here today and I just wrote down a couple of notes, so that's what I'm going to be going off of. So if you see me looking down, that's what that is for. So yeah, like I said, today we're going to be talking about everything I hate about this generation. And just to kick it off, so this is like a really big debate, but the difference between talking, dating, and a relationship. Now to me, I feel like talking, because people get this mixed up all the time. So to me, I feel like talking is just like you and a person are communicating. Like, you know what I mean? You're just talking, you're texting, that's what it is, you are talking. When it comes to dating, I feel like dating is something that you can date someone exclusively, and then you can just date someone as you can go out on dates with multiple people. I feel like people oftentimes take dating as to mean, okay, like this is the person I'm with. You know, no, you're dating them, you're getting to know them, as well as you're opening up your options to get to know other people, you know what I mean? And that brings me into the factor of versus a relationship. A relationship is when you guys are committed to one another. You've dated, you've decided, I like this person, I would like to move forward with this person, so now I'm gonna call it a relationship. And that's when you guys both, you know, decide, yes, this is what I want to do, I want to be in a relationship, I want to be committed. And you know, basically, like, there's a big difference. And I feel like far too often, I'm guilty of this as well, and like people just blur the lines in between talking, dating, and being in a relationship. So next, this is kind of like on board with what I just said in the beginning of the video, but talking about TikTok racism. Now when I had made this list, this was like a kind of a while back, where it was kind of like the up and coming topic, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, TikTok racism. So just to say, first of all, TikTok is a platform, I don't want to say canceled, because that's another thing that I'm going to talk about, cancel culture, but I've never personally been a fan of TikTok. My point about the TikTok racism issue is that it's just like a platform that really isn't beneficial to people of color. Far too often do we create like really cool challenges and dance and skits and stuff like that, and it doesn't get shared, it doesn't get reposted, it doesn't, like, you know, blow up like any other privileged person's content would. And far too often the content is being stolen and the creator doesn't get credit. And even far beyond that, the real issue of TikTok racism is when people think it's perfectly okay to badger and, you know, literally just make like these TikToks about, oh, like, how's my form? I know you guys have seen that one, how's my form? Like, that is literally the probably most irritating TikTok I've ever seen. But I know I'm going on and on about this. My point is, yeah, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, how's my form? You know, just TikToks like that are just insane. And like, you know, the ones that have exposed people making like videos about black people, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And just on the topic of TikTok, before I leave right quickly, the whole issue with you know, people just find it, like, I don't know, this generation is very bold, you know what I mean? And just the disrespect is very bold, because I find it so crazy and interesting how, like, sorry to all the black men out there, but some black men find it okay to praise one race and disrespect in favor of disrespecting black women. The preference is preference. You can date whoever you want, you can be with whoever you want, but the point is, don't elevate someone else by disrespecting another group of women. Like, that is very insulting and it's crazy. And it's like, your mom is part of that group of women and you say you don't like them, whatever, and it's like, yeah, you can have a preference, but there's really no need to disrespect anyone and call black women cockroaches and every other name in the sun. And it just reminds me of that video of the girl who was thrown in the trash can, and it's like, yo, when I saw that, I was like, no way. Like, can you just imagine being in that position? Like, how would you feel? You scared, afraid, like vulnerable? You know, it's just like a lot going on. But yeah, that's what I want to say about that. Next topic, this generation, I've noticed that a lot of movies have came out that are trying too hard. And what I mean by that is, specifically, to give you guys an example, Queen and Slim. Now, you know, Queen and Slim was supposed to be a movie that was all about, you know, that Bonnie and Clyde type thing, but with like black love. And, you know, people love black love, you know what I'm saying? So, but the movie, no. For me, when I saw that movie, no. There were far too many letdowns, and it just, the movie tried so hard in different aspects, and it just failed to. It's like when you shoot so high that you miss the bar and you forget to really dig deep. Some of the scenes for me just weren't even necessary. It's like it gave people the wrong message. Like, for example, when the kid in the movie antagonized the cops, like, I understand what's going on right now, but there is no point in that aspect of antagonizing the cops and then having that be a result of them getting shot and everything. It's like, yes, the police shouldn't have done that, but it's like, why would you antagonize the cops? And it was during a protest. And then in the movie, they decide the cinematography in that scene was best to couple that with Queen and Slim, you know, at the moment, like, you know, being intimate in the car with one another. And I'm just thinking to myself, please tell me how those two things relate. You know what I mean? It's like, it seemed like it was supposed to be this significant, strong moment, but it really felt weak to me. It felt like, it just felt like they missed the mark with that movie. And it's like supposed to be this Bonnie and Clyde story and like embracing empowerment and all this kind of stuff, but at the end they died. Come on, at the end they died. And the police shot him when he was not a threat to them, and shot her as well. And it's just like, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to, like, is the movie trying to say this is okay and this is what we should be seeing? Because, you know, there's a difference between, you know, praising something and versus saying that this is what's going on, but it's not okay and we can do better. You know, I felt like the movie should have been a way for us to do better, not, you know, whatever it was doing. But anyway, I digress. Next thing for me that I want to talk about is the pretty girl trend / pretty girl tag. Now, what I mean by this specifically is the fact that a lot of girls, like, you know, hashtag pretty girl, pretty girls rock, things like that. I feel like, yes, to me, everyone is beautiful, everyone has something unique and special about them, and I personally just don't like how people, I don't want to say capitalize, but focus so much on that, because then you personally, to me, you lose focus on your audience. Like, yes, you can think you're pretty, you can be beautiful and stuff like that, but when people use that pretty girl trend tag, sometimes it just feels a little forced and pushed. Like, for example, not to call anybody out, but the example that comes to mind right now is like Sweetie. She's all about the pretty girl vibe, pretty girl, and yes, she's a very gorgeous, beautiful girl, but it's like when you use that pretty girl vibe, it just feels like if your followers are like, whoever doesn't look like you or want to aspire to be like you, then they're not a pretty girl. Like, there's so much unique and different beauty out there, and just to have that pretty girl tag is like, I don't know, you know. And also, the pretty girl tag only ever fits a certain image of a woman, you know. Unfortunately, it's always like the light skins and the exotic looking ones, you know, stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, but there's like many different forms of beauty out there that can be celebrated, you know. So I personally don't appreciate the whole pretty girl tag thing, but that's just that on that. Next, I want to talk about supporting a friend versus supporting a mainstream artist. Now, this is something as well for me that's very big, because like I consider myself a YouTuber, and I'm trying to actually grow in my craft and do more with makeup and like lifestyle and beauty and stuff like that, and just like progress in life. And you know, I would love it for my friends to be supportive, or just people around me in my circle to be supportive, and yes, they are. But sometimes it feels like, or I also notice that like it's hard for your friends to want to support you, but they would easily support a mainstream artist. Now, I get that those people already have a platform and they're like out there, and it's like easy to just support them and listen to their music and stream and all that kind of stuff. But it's also like, why don't you give your friend that support? You know, people only want to support you, like Nicki Minaj said, when it's beneficial, when you're already up there, you know, when you already have the money. It's like, if you had supported me from the ground up, you can be part of the reason why I'm up there, and I'm up there with you type stuff, like, you know what I mean? So not to even get into all of it and talk about all of that, but yeah, y'all get my point. You absolutely get my point. Like, I hope you do that at least. But yeah, it's just like, support your friends 100%, and support mainstream artists, but support your friends, because some of them out here doing clothing lines, hair care companies, all this kind of stuff, and really it doesn't take anything but to show support, buy their stuff, and stop asking for a discount. Yo, if your friend made a shirt that just paid the full price, because at the end of the day, it's like, are you trying to support, or are you just trying to friend discount? We're not doing friends discount unless I chose personally to give you a discount, for example. That's different. But don't be going around asking, oh, yo, can you take over? No, don't do that. Don't, just pay the full price and put the money in their pocket, because tomorrow they're gonna help somebody out, hopefully. But y'all get my point. I keep saying that, but I really hope y'all get my point. All right, so next, this is really something about social media as well, that at 20 to 23 years old, or 25, 18, whatever the age might be, you know, really young adults, that you have to be rich and be an influencer and basically have your life together. Like, you see it all over social media all the time. It's like this big persona, and this ties into my next point, which is like designer culture. Like, everyone feels like at that age you have money, you should be an influencer, you should be doing something, you should be known, you should have cars, you should live in a house already, perhaps even be in a relationship. Like, just like so much pressure on the youth. And I get that in this generation there's way more entrepreneurs than there have ever been in past generations, you know, but it's just like the expectation is so high, you know what I mean? It's so high. Take your time, you know, hone your craft, get like in your zone, grow, because I know for a fact I didn't make videos for a while because I had to focus on myself and focus on my craft and do makeup off camera. I didn't always have to come on camera and film me doing makeup or film the look or take a picture. It's like, you got to do that stuff behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And then you eventually get there. Don't feel like you have to look at other people's pockets and match up and get there as soon as they get there, you know what I mean? It's all about self-growth and self-progress. Like, honestly, just do you, and you're definitely gonna get there 100%. You know what I'm saying? I believe in everyone, and I believe in supporting all my friends and, you know, posting their videos and stuff like that. So this whole like, you gotta just be at a certain place in a certain time at a certain, like in your life, it's just like, nah, like, you know what I mean? Just take your time is my point. Take your time. But yeah, so as I had mentioned earlier, another thing that I wanted to bring up was cancel culture. Personally, I am not here for cancel culture. Like, I don't believe in canceling people. I feel like I'm not the token angel of like any group, or I'm not like the most perfect person in the world by far. But I will say, like, I do honestly strive to do good and be better. Like, you know what I mean? Why not do good and why not be better than you were, at least from tomorrow? I meant yesterday. At least you were from yesterday. Like, do good and be better tomorrow than you were yesterday. That's literally always the mission. Always the mission. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, canceling people is just no. Like, no, don't. Because the thing is, if you are gonna cancel people, I don't fault anyone that cancels anyone, but if you are gonna cancel people, please do me a favor and mean it. You know what I mean? If the person has done something so bad and so heinous and you want to cancel them, okay, cancel them and mean it. Don't cancel someone in public, then go ahead and buy their product in private and then be using them. Like, no, if you're gonna cancel and mean it. If you're gonna cancel Doja Cat, cancel her if you mean it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't participate in all of that, but, and that just relates to like, can you separate the artist from the craft, or the artist from the art? Now, see, that's a huge topic we're not even gonna get into, because there's all this kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, you know, yeah. But next we're gonna talk about weed and drinking. Oh boy. Now, the whole weed thing for me is like, I personally, I do not smoke, never smoked, never will smoke. No, thank you. It's not for me, and I don't judge anyone that does whatsoever. My whole thing is, though, I 100% support the fact that weed should be legal, even though I don't smoke it and I have no intention to. But I do actually, in the upcoming years, plan to own a cannabis business. You know, willing. Hopefully it happens. But yeah, I plan to dabble in there. But personally, I'm just not a smoker. I don't want to smoke, like I said before. And also drinking, you know, I don't drink. I used to drink. I would classify myself as a social drinker because I just turned 21, but really, like, I don't really down alcohol or go to parties. Like, all of that kind of stuff is not my scene. Like, I may seem really outgoing on social media and like be involved in every activity from here to Timbuktu, but like, no, I'm just not a drinker. I'm not a partier. I'll go to a party or two, but you know, it's really not at the end of the day my peak lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay, I may fall into this category, but next we're going to talk about trash men and trash females. Now you have to, at least I'm gonna say, not you, I have to put myself in here, because sometimes I'm not always the best person. You know what I mean? I'm really not. And neither are some people out here. You have to own up to that. There are trash men and trash females out here. Yeah, there are definitely trash men and trash females, and that comes in very different categories and aspects of how trash can you really be. But you know, hey, I don't really appreciate when girls say niggas ain't, sorry, men ain't ish and females ain't ish and all females are for the streets and dogs and stuff like that. It's like, no, everyone's human, everyone makes mistakes, no one is perfect, we're all trash. I always say, or I heard someone always say, and I've been saying it from now on, men are trash, women are mad. And you know what that means? The men, that's how you say it, men are trash, women are mad. It means there are trash men out there and women are crazy, because they will do the craziest things just to get back at a man that's trash. But you know, moving on. Oh my gosh, next I want to talk about the scammers out there. This is for all my scammers out there who believe in telling you, getting all up in your DMs saying, hey, yo, you got $100, we can turn it into 1K. If you see, y'all need to see yourselves over to the left. Get out. Just exit my DMs, please, because I literally don't have the time to deal. Like, I know y'all get these messages too. Hey, like, you can just do this. Pyramid schemes, these frauds, these scammers, stop it. Stop it. This is not the way to reach success, because as soon as the IRS comes knocking at your door, you will see what it really means to be a scammer and to be successful. Oh yeah, go to jail. Go to jail. Go to jail. Don't scam people. Like, sorry, my African, Cameroonian like, you know, vibes is coming out, but y'all know what I mean. Stop. Don't be a scammer. Don't do 419. Don't. Sorry, some of my Nigerians out there. Don't do 419. Just stop, because y'all know it ain't legit. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is everyone acting nonchalant in this generation. Now, this is like a big thing, because, you know, far too often people don't really want to show their emotions and like really be vulnerable and like really dig deep and say how they really feel about whether it's someone, a situation, or just anything, being mistreated, you know, just any aspect of their life. People just feel like you can hold it in and be tough and be strong, and you can be strong for everyone around you. But sometimes it's really important to just not be nonchalant and show that you care, because the minute you show that you care, other people will show that they care back. At least I hope so. You know what I mean? It's just like, just don't be nonchalant and don't be so reserved. Just open up, because oh my gosh, this is like a big thing. You know, this is the biggest thing. Not really, but really. You know what I mean? It's like light skin fetish. What did it say? Brown skin girl. What you mean is light skin girl. Hey, they wanna look like hey. But y'all know what I mean. Like this whole light skin fetish. I gotta take a moment of silence, because this one really just gets me. Like, no, I don't like when any race of a man says, oh my god, I love black women, black queens, but what they really mean is I specifically and only like light-skinned women, and that's the only person I'm ever gonna date. Like, don't be out here fooling females thinking this is what you want, whatever. And sometimes these people will be with like, you know, a darker complexion of a woman or a brown toned girl, but then, you know, they're with her for the moment, but that's not who they want a future with. That's who they would never marry. Okay, don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. If you know, like, you know what I mean? Just an example. Don't waste my time. Just go find your light-skinned girl and just whatever. If you want to have that mentality, whatever. I just think it's incorrect, and, you know, love everyone. Have your preferences, but love everyone. But just the fetishizing needs to stop. Just let's move on. And this is like one of the, just going down the list of a few things of this generation, is when you have opinions about something, it equals to you hating. You know what I mean? And when you're showing feelings, it equals to you being weak. If you're a bartender or a stripper, it means you're a celebrity, you're instantly famous, or you got money. If you're scamming and cracking cards, y'all know what that means. It means you have success, like I said about before. If you're being a side hoe, that's an accomplishment, apparently. You know what I'm saying? If you have likes on social media, it equals to value, because that's how, you know, social media likes are literally the new currency. If you get a compliment or a text from someone, it means the person is thirsty, which is not always true. The word friend in this generation sometimes means nothing because people will literally stab you in the back for no apparent reason. And lastly, loyalty isn't a thing. It isn't a thing because I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm gonna just say loyalty just isn't a thing. If you know what I'm saying and you're here with me, just be here with me and understand. Loyalty is not a thing. It's too much to talk about, but let's move on. Another thing about this generation is toxic relationships. Now, toxic relationships, this is another video. I put the number 2 up because it's the second video I'm going to film soon, but yeah, we're going to get deep into that in that video, what it means to be a toxic relationship, so look out for that. It's coming out soon. But yes, toxic relationships in this generation are a massive no. Now, I myself am guilty of a lot of things on this list, but I'm here to call it out and call myself out. I have been in toxic relationships. Let me not say that, but I was gonna say something, but I don't want to put myself in any type of situation. But yes, toxic relationships are literally the worst. Like, I'm gonna show you guys how to recognize if you're in a toxic relationship and like what to do and things like that. Just information, just information, anybody out there who needs it. But toxic relationship, I don't necessarily mean on the violent end, but just relationships where you can't let go of that person. You guys are like tit for tat. You guys are quid pro quo. Like, it's like this for an eye for an eye, that kind of thing. It's like toxic relationships, just you need to know when to let go and when to move on and when to seek help and do you and focus on you. And I mean that for both parties involved, right or wrong. Move on, okay? Move on. The next thing is about minding your business. People don't do that enough. Mind your business. In this generation, people don't mind their business because everyone wants to be here and there and looking everywhere and sticking your nose out and looking here and here, and it's like sticking your eyes. No, mind your business. Don't. Mind your business and focus on your own. You know why? Because everything you want would have come to you when you focused on your own. Don't check pockets, don't pocket watch, don't Twitter troll, don't stalk, don't Insta stalk, I don't know. I sound like a grandma right now pulling out words from thin air, but yes, just mind your business. Focus on your own. Don't watch nobody. Don't talk about nobody. Because I know I just stopped doing that years ago. I don't talk about nobody. I focus on my own. I don't even be in drama because I hate drama. I really hate drama. And I hate arguing and I hate fights and I hate all that kind of stuff. And I just want to mind my business. And personally, I mind my business to the point where I don't even talk to myself about my own business. That's how you know you mind your business. Okay? Mind your business. Alright. The last thing is that friends that don't pick up the phone and don't text back in time. Now, I'm not talking about relationship, but I'm talking about your friends. Your friends who don't, like, if you consider me a friend, please tell me why you answering my phone or my text. And it's not anything about us being mad. It's just like the people who literally, when you text them, they reply. They text you, you reply back. They text, you reply back. And then at that point, they take 5 hours to reply. As if at the last time they text you, after that, they dropped their phone in the ocean. Excuse me? You texted me, you bothered my day. You bothered my peace and sanity. Just for you not to reply for 5 to 12 hours? Come on. Ain't you supposed to be a friend? Now, I understand if you was doing something. It happens every now and again. But if you know you're that person who just their phone isn't their priority. And this reminds me of people who put their phone on do not disturb and silent mode. You have no concern for other people's lives. You really don't, because imagine if an emergency popped up and I had to call you and you ain't see it or whatever because your phone was on silent and do not disturb. Now, I know I may be coming for certain people, but if you know you're the one, fix it, because anything can happen and people would need you right there by their side and you wouldn't like be available. So just, man, turn your phone on and take it off as silent and do not disturb and all of that kind of mess. So yeah. So guys, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. I'm glad you guys stuck it out here with me. I'm glad you clicked on this video because I took a little break from YouTube, and like I said, somewhere in the middle of this whole video, I had to just focus on myself, and I'm still doing that, but I just decided to take it a little inch by inch of a step and come back slowly and just like give people, anyone out there watching this video, looking at it right now, just like some sort of entertainment somehow, you know what I'm saying? Just somehow, because that's honestly what I really love to do, and I would really like to get back into that and focus on that, because this actually brings me joy. And I realized instead of running away from it, why don't I put more energy into it, because it brings me happiness. So, you know, I'm slowly going to be trying to improve and create better content, create different content, and be more versatile. But yeah, I'm definitely working on it, working on myself, as should everyone in this world. Always work on yourself, because ain't nobody perfect. For sure, we all make mistakes. Apologize. And like I always say, and I've never said it here, but like I always say in my personal life, why do anything other than good? Why be anything other than good? And why be or do anything other than good? I know I like watched that whole thing, but I'm done. I'm tired. I've been sitting here all day. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you did subscribe. Follow me on my social media, Snapchat, Instagram, if you want to see more of my content. And some of the things that I create over there is very different from my channel. But yeah, just if you want to just get personal and know me more and everything like that, just check out all of those things. Link is always down below. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Bye guys.